the next topic in advertising. Again, have come up with some interesting BBA 54 has left. Why? Anas came and left. Yeah. So I'll quickly move on and share the screen for the next topic. Next topic we have is, we're done with advertising functions already. So we'll move on with the next one, that is the types of advertising. Let me share the screen. I hope everyone is able to see the screen. Yeah, wonderful. So the types of advertising we have is, so how can we divide advertising into different things? So it's not that advertising is one single thing. Based upon the kind of advertisings that are being shown to the consumers, that they want to show to the consumers, different advertising have different types of advertising comes up. So let's see what are the different types that really exist. First one is the ethical advertising. As the name suggests, ethical. The advertising that is being shown to the consumers should be ethical. It means it should have ethics in nature. Business is all about having ethics. You do business, you should have some ethics in doing some business. Unethical business is always wrong, and it always attracts negativity, and always leads to downfall. Maybe in the present, not maybe in the not maybe in the present, but maybe in the future, it'll definitely lead to downfall in the business if someone is doing some unethical business. In the same way, advertising should be ethical, should be leading, and it should not mislead the consumers into going into or leading into a trap. Many a times we see that advertisers go and publish some untruthful uh, things about their products. They try to come up with so much glorious things that if the consumer use their particular product, it is going to change completely the uh, uh, completely how they're going to look, or what happens if after they consume the product, what's going to happen to them. So the consumer the advertisers should be very much truthful in showing the products to the consumers. We see in FMCG sector what happens with the most of the products that we use in day-to-day life. Many a time we see some untruthful claims are being given by the advertisers. When we talk about toothpaste, they say 99.9 germs will be killed if you're using this toothpaste. If you see some sunscreen lotion, they try to claim that if you're using the sunscreen lotion, you are completely guarded against the sun. There is no issue of any kind of a problem for your skin if you are coming if you are exposed to the sun. So such kind of tall claims are made by the advertisers to to try and make sure that the consumers are buying the products. They have come because of the umpteen pressure or the competition they receive from their competitors. So many people are there, they like to make some tall claims so that the consumers are easily getting into a trap, and they are convinced and they are purchasing the products. So there is a particular agency called as advertising, just like a regulatory body. We have an advertising regulatory body for India, who just compares and tries to see which of the advertisers are making truthful claims or untruthful claims. They shouldn't make any kind of false claims. So advertising must follow certain moral principle, certain rules, and should not degrade or adversely comment on other products and brands. So it's not only about their product being truthful, it's also about they should not or tell something bad about other products, the competitors products. Many a time we see the products, they try to show the other competitors' products and tell that that product is not good. Instead, please take a product that is very much unethical. You can take tall claims about your product. You can tell so much about your product, but you should not degrade your competitor product. That goes against the moral policies of advertising. It should highlight the positive points of your own products and be of good standard. Yes, what are the positive points? What are the good attributes? What are the features of your product? Along with that, what are the other benefits that you get by consuming the product? That can be really shown, but not the competitors' products n- uh, negative points. It should not be offensive and in bad taste. Many a time we see that many of the ads are banned due to various reasons. Many reasons such as racism comes in when an advertisement is offensive to a particular race or a particular religion or is in bad taste or in a particular community. So what does so it should not be offensive and it should not be in bad taste to anyone. We've seen many a times what happens when some advertisement is shown. One section of the community gets irritated, gets frustrated. They do not feel happy of what was shown in the advertisement, and they raise protests, saying that it is offensive and it hurt the sentiments of their particular community. It might be a religion, it might be a caste, it might be so many other things that are there. So it might be a religion, it might be a caste, it might be a subcaste, it might be according to the color, it might be to the language. So it might be of so many reasons. Many a time we see various products that they tend to show South Indian people in a negative way. So that particular degrading that becomes an offensive for a particular region of South India. So it's not only about religion or caste, it's about various other reasons. You should not show anyone in bad taste. So it should not be untruthful, deceptive, should not misguide the customers. Some companies advertise example, about the two-wheelers and four-wheeler vehicle that they cover some amount of kilometers per liter. That is about the mileage. You see, many companies make tall claims saying that our bike is going to give you 80 kilometers per liter. Some cars say they are giving 25 kilometers per liter. But how far is it true? They have a small star saying that at the bottom they have under standard test conditions. So that's how they try to make sure they are trying to that they are definitely saying truth about the product. But what happens if you are riding the same vehicle in a major city with lots of traffic? What happens to that 80 kilometers that they actually claim? It comes down to 40 or 50, isn't it? Because of the huge traffic that we have and the continuous use of the brake or the clutch or shifting of gears, it consumes lot of fuel than when you're going on a highway. So what should ethical advertising should have? It should be truthful, should reveal the truth and significant facts. It should be truthful, it should tell only the truth that is there. Substantiative. It should substantiate with proofs. Example: Kapil Dev says, "Boost the secret of my energy." Kapil Dev is gone now. So many have changed. Right now is Virat Kohli. When Virat Kohli says, "The boost is the secret of my energy," so it should really substantiate. How can you substantiate that boost is really gives them energy? Anyone? How can they substantiate, or the advertiser can really make uh, give a proof that boost really gives them energy? Yes, please. Anyone? I hope you are all here. Can anyone tell me how can boost substantiate saying that yes, our product gives enough energy to the one who consumes it? Hello, is anyone there? Or just kept your meeting on and just left the class? Yes, am I audible or not? There's one person is saying I'm not audible. What about the others? 38, I heard you. I'm not audible to you. I'm asking for others. Yes, for others, 25 says I'm audible. What about others? Wonderful. I am audible. They compare with normal child to with boost consuming child. No, that's how not they are going to substantiate. They are going to substantiate by using uh, they're going to substantiate by telling about the kind of nutrients that the particular that the product boost has. Yes, they mention the vitamins and minerals in the product. Good. Rule number 5. So that's how they are going to mention the vitamins and minerals that is there in the packaging, the labeling of the product. Be non-comparative. You should not compare your products with the competitor's product. That is called ethical advertising. Give real and true guarantee. It should not make some high claims about the product that they are consuming. When you talk about some oil says that Saffola says that it does not have much fat or cholesterol in it. So there should be a guarantee saying that consuming that oil, Saffola, really does not have much fat or cholesterol. Avoid false claims. You see all the fairness claims that they try to make a claim that you use this particular cream for 30 days, and normally nowadays they're giving a strip. The strip is from the darker skin to the lighter skin, and you can start comparing and check the screen against the mirror, saying that if that is the claim is correct or not. So that is a false claim. Make sure you're not doing any false claim. Adhere to taste and decency. Should keep away from offensive and untrue publicity. So that's how ethical advertising should be. I've taken some examples here. I'll just zoom it. I think it's not visible to you all. So the left side, you see a deceptive advertisement. So what does advertisement show? Advertisement show this particular ice cream has lots of nuts in it. It looks really creamery, but what happens in reality, it is just a plain vanilla ice cream. And on the right side, you see the puffery that each ice cream normally that is shown. But you think that is the actual ice cream? No, they are mashed potatoes stand in for ice cream and meat. So that's how advertisers should not do. They should not deceive. It should not be deceptive. Have you guys seen when a pizza ad, when a pizza slice is normally removed from the whole crust of pizza that is there, and when you see that that pizza is being removed, the cheese that is there at the sides, they just elongate, isn't it? So how that really happens? So they use some extra, kind of items that really stretches and make sure that it looks like real cheese. Yes, another one ad that you see here, less wrinkles in only minutes. That's definitely a false claim. You cannot go for have a product where wrinkles are going to get vanished in few minutes. That's completely false claim. That's a deceptive advertisement. Another advertisement that two things. One for misrepresentation. The Airtel 4G claims that fastest network ever, and if your network is faster, we will pay your mobile bills for life. It's misleading. And what did ASCI, that Advertising Standard Council of India, then send them notice to withdraw the ad, because they cannot claim that their network is the fastest. There is no particular method to prove that one particular network is the fastest than the others. There's no comparison can be done, because if you're just standing beside a tower, definitely the kind of network will be very high. You're standing away from the tower, with no tower around, definitely at that point of time, the network speed will be less. So ASCI remove that ad. Right? False statistics. You see this advertisement. Garnier's ad claimed that the face wash removed 99.9% of pimple-causing germs. The statistic was false, and ASCI banned the ad. So they using false statistics to substantiate the superiority of their products is very much wrong, and they would not be entertained by the advertising council. So next one is informative advertising. Informative, as the name suggests, they give information about the products, the features, their value, their price and availability. It educates the customer of the nutrition values. Example, yogurt has low cholesterol, Saffola refined oil has less fat and more nutrition value. So it's just going to give information, tell the attributes, the features of the product, the benefits the consumer is getting while after they use the product. So that is informative advertising. So let me show you these two examples I've taken for uh, informative advertising. Let me just share the screen, Chrome tab. I'll share the whole screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready, y'all. Get ready. Ready, set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Steady, let it rock, turn it up for the show.
So this advertisements is trying to tell about what are the features of the new Galaxy S20 and S20 Ultra 5G that is there. So it's just giving information about the features that the new phone has. It's not doing any false claims. It's not doing any comparative advertising. It's just giving information, the features, the style, the what, the way of the thing that is there. Along with in the ad, they can also show the price. They can also show when it is going to release and where is the phone available. So just giving information about the product. Next example, I've taken another one. Let us just see what is it. Yeah.
मेरे को एक बार खाली डिटेल्स चेक कर लेने दे. I'll do it right away. Okay. मैं एक बार रुक चेक.
अमित का वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस सुधारना तो मुश्किल है, पर मेरा सफोला गोल्ड देता है मुफा और पूफा का अच्छा बैलेंस। और आपका ऑयल सफोला, दिल से हेल्दी।
मेरे को एक बार खाली.
So this ad, Safola's ad, is just telling about the attributes that it has. Mufa and Pufa, a balanced ingredients that are there in the ad. It makes them healthy. So that's about informative advertising. Next is persuasive advertising. As the name suggests, again, persuasive. It is something. It is persuading the consumers to go and purchase the product. Please try the product. So how does advertisers try to persuade the products? Earning members of the family are persuaded to buy insurance policies. Normally, persuasion is mostly done for for insurance product, where they try to persuade the consumers to tell the benefits of taking an insurance policy. So it's not only for themselves, for the safety of the family members. So the example here, the persuade, they try to connect emotionally. Emotional connect is done so that the consumer gives a thought about this particular policy and try to purchase it. So what is it about? It's about LIC cancer cover, and they show a happy couple. So just saying that they are very much protected if they are taking this LIC's cancer cover. Cancer cover make your finances immune to cancer. So whatever any kind of if anyone is diagnosed with cancer, they can definitely have some financial protection when they purchase this particular policy of LIC's cancer cover. So people are persuaded to buy safety alarms for their houses, for their cars as a measure of security. Persuasive advertising is a nature part of PLC, that is product life cycle, and often leads to comparative advertising. So when you try to persuade the consumers, advertisers ran out of choices sometimes. When their market share is low, when they are new to the particular products, what do they try to do? In order to persuade them, they go and try to compare the products, so that they want to tell that their product is superior than the competitor who has a really high market share. So to try to make sure in the desperate situations, what happens, persuasive becomes comparative advertising. Here another ad for egg, NECC. We have seen NECC ads for consuming eggs since our childhood. Sunday hoya Monday, rose ka one day. That was the tagline that they have. Now also they have it. You can see Sunday hoya Monday, rose ka one day. At the left, you can see delicate outside, strong inside, just like a woman. On the right side, when you really eat, what you really eat when you eat an egg. So this is about giving the information that is actually there. जो रोज अंडे खाते हैं वो हट्टे कट्टे हो जाते हैं. So it's like now you're trying to persuade the consumers you can become healthy if you're consuming egg. Another one, the phone theater. This comes under informative. Yeah. So that is persuasive advertising. Next is remind advertising. So what is reminder advertising? Remind advertising is for well-established brands that are there since so many years and have a really good market share, but they keep on telling about their products, reminding the consumers about the product. See, hello everyone, here we are the leading products in our in our particular product market. We are still existing. Please do continue consuming our products. So that's how they try to remind the consumers to go and purchase the products. So when it is normally done, it's normally done to the maturity stage of the product life cycle. If you remember product life cycle, we have 4 steps: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Maturity is the stage, it's just a peak. That is, the profits are really good, the sales are really high, the cost is less. So the company is making a lot of profits, really enjoying during the maturity stage. That's the product life cycle. Then you have the decline stage. So before going to the decline, the companies want to go on, keep reminding about the customers about the product on and on. And this is done with great amount of frequency so that the customers are not forgetting about the product at all. Many advertisements are released in a short period of time, so the consumers are reminded of the product and the benefits constantly. Example here is Lux beauty soap that protects you. And you know about Lux, has been existent since I think more than 40 and 50 years. But still they do advertise. How do they advertise? They rope in a really famous actress who has just become famous. So they rope in and she becomes the new Lux girl. She becomes a brand ambassador for Lux. So Lux keep on does that. So it's remind the customers it's really existing and is the best beauty soap that one can really have and really use it. So that's about reminder advertising. Consumer advertising. This campaign is directed at the end consumer, that is the end user, that is consumer. It's usually found in newspapers, magazines. It uses headlines, illustrations, and a major source of revenue to newspapers and magazines. So what do you mean by it? Directly aimed at the consumers. So this is one particular flat Aparna Cyberlife. It's directly targeted at the end consumer. It's not directed at the middlemen, wholesalers, or agents that are there in between. You can just have the advertisement there, and there's someone can call in and just drop in. They have the toll-free number, they can drop it. The same way, electronics that are there, the local electronics that we see, Reliance Digital or Bajaj Electronics that we see in Hyderabad, they run a full-page ad. Same with the Aptronics. So they are directed directly to the consumer, but not to the other supply chain intermediaries. Next is trade advertising. It's opposite to this consumer. Trade advertising is targeted to the wholesalers, distributors, and the retailers. The goal is to encourage channel members to stock promote and resell the manufacturer's product. So if they are advertising directly to the wholesalers and distributors, they might like the product, and in anticipation that the end consumer is going to buy the product, they are going to use it. And channel members are also given incentive for the same. This is an example of trade advertising. Which one is this? Amazon services. So what is it about? It's about becoming an Amazon seller. So this is an ad that they are running uh, on their Amazon website. So a seller is seeing it, they might they might be interested in it. They click on it and they can become an Amazon seller. So that's how that's about trade advertising. करिए आपके business की शुभ शुरुआत. This Diwali, boost your sales and expand your business. Become an Amazon seller. So that's how you try to make sure that you are targeting the trade members. Advertising for image building. Sometimes advertising is not done only to tell about the product. A company might be having several products under its product line, many under its product mix. Sorry, different product lines that might be there in a product mix. So not only focusing on one particular product, but focusing on the whole brand, on the brand as a whole, is about advertising for image building. This is done by highlighting the social responsibilities, is done for building the image of the company, to build the factors of pollution or safety. Sometimes it is done, make sure that, they're highlighting the social responsibilities, CSR, that is there. So let me show you the example for this.
Future begins now with BS6. Maruti Suzuki leads the way for a greener India with 2 lakh plus BS6 compliant cars. We are committed towards a cleaner environment by ensuring reduced emissions aided by upgraded engine and exhaust system. Come and be the change with Maruti Suzuki BS6 cars.
You've seen this advertisement. It does not talk about a particular car that they have, different cars that they have. It talks about the BS6. As you all know, BS6 is the safety emission norms, pollution norms. Every now and then, every 2 or 3 years, government releases some emission norms that every automaker has to abide by. So when you're talking about BS6, is the advanced Bharat Stage 6, and what happens using those cars, the emission norms will come down. So as from April 2020, no automaker should sell any car that had BS4 or BS5. It should sell only BS6. And Maruti was ahead of its competitors and started selling BS6 cars as early as 2019. Starting of 2019, they started selling BS6 cars. Others were lagging behind. They had stock of BS4 or BS5 till March, the recent March. And that point of time, they started to sell the products at damn cheap prices. Hyundai did that. During the month of Maruti, they sold, month of March, they sold some of the cars at dirt cheap prices to sell off those earlier BS5 or 4 norms. Here, as you've seen, they're talking about the responsibility that they have towards environment. So that is why it leads the way for a greener India. Leading the way because it's the first car to completely go for a BS6. 2 lakh plus compliant cars that were there. When was this? November 11, 2019. So that's how they're caring for the environment. That's how they're saying that, they are doing for the image building, trying to tell the customers that we are responsible socially. We are definitely caring for the environment. So please come and purchase our cars only. Committed towards cleaner environment. So they came up with a hashtag. So reduced emissions, upgraded engine, be the change. So that's how they're trying to promote the image of Maruti. In the same way, Bajaj.
With Maruti Suzuki BS.
Remember, Bajaj had this particular advertisement called as the Hamara Bajaj, the old Hamara Bajaj ad we had in the 80s and 90s, that was talking about the whole India. What are the different cultures that India has? So that's not about explaining about the bikes. It's about trying to product to target audience by juggling its marketing mix. The performance of silk is analyzed and product is compared to other leading products and positioned by modifying the product. So what happens initially when the new product is released? XYZ company. Let's take silk, Cadbury silk. Cadbury silk is one of the relatively new products that Cadbury has launched in the recent years, and since then they have been coming up with various variants, isn't it? With the silk Oreo or the roast almond or the fruit and nuts. In silk, they are having so many variants of silk right now. So initially, they might have focused only on the taste of silk. So they used to show the ads where silk was more about taste. Now they might, as silk has become an established brand, they might want to change the positioning of the brand right now. They might launch new variants and they talk something different about silk other than the taste that is there. So that's how you might change your advertising to change your positioning among your consumers. Maruti is known mostly for its budget cars. When it releases a premium car, so how does it position itself at that point of time? That is important for Maruti Suzuki. That is advertising for positioning. Advertising for attitudinal change. Attitudinal change, by seeing an advertisement, someone should really should change their attitude towards something. Maybe someone is negative in their life. Seeing an advertisement, they become positive. Someone is dejected. Someone is really having really bad negative attitudes. Everything can be changed by just seeing some ad. So how you are trying to change the change in the minds of the consumers regarding the attitudes. So how it is done? It is done imparting knowledge to the consumer, making sure their emotions are touched and played with the feeling of likes and dislikes towards objects are handled in a manner that leads to action or a purchase. So emotional connect will be done. They try to make sure the consumer is getting connected to advertisement. They change the attitude and they may start buying your product. So let me show you an advertisement. This advertisement is something. It has won various advertising awards all over the world, and it is not at all related to the product that they are selling, but they want to change the attitudes or the minds of the people. That is where they came up with that, and it really changed the feeling or attitude that people had. Oh my god. It was there 2 days back and it's not there now. Yes, you can see this ad is 2 minutes long.
सर आपके लिए उस पार कार का इंतजाम किया है चल चल
चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले, तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले, तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले, तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले। लगा हाथ के सूरज सुबह निकाला करे, हथेलियों में भरे धूप और उछाला करे। ओ लगा हाथ के सूरज सुबह निकाला करे, हथेलियों में भरे धूप और उछाला करे। उफक पे पाँव रखो और चलो अकड़ के चलो, उफक पे पाँव रखो और चलो पकड़ के चलो, फलक पकड़ के उठो और हवा पकड़ के चलो, फलक पकड़ के उठो और हवा पकड़ के चलो, तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान हिंदुस्तान चले, चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले, हिंदुस्तान चले, चलो।
Wonderful ad, right? This ad was run by Times of India. Says that we should not go away from your responsibilities, even something which is not a cup of tea, where everyone got inspired from a 5-year-old and they started removing the log from the road. So it tries to show that, you know, it comes with a huge respect for a particular brand, that is Times of India, and people may try to read Times of India from that point of time. So that's how this type of advertising talks about change in the attitudinal thing, thoughts. Reinforcement advertising, repetitive advertising, and the frequency of the advertising increased. Pepsi repeating ads during the IPL. So reinforcement, you keep on keep on repeat the advertisement again and again and again and again, so that the consumer is not forgetting about your brand at all. Sometimes what happens is various ads have jingles, isn't it? Jingle is like a small song, a catchy jingle that is there. And by going for a repetitive advertisement, just like when you see the ad again and again, that jingle gets stuck in your mind, and we start singing that particular jingle when you're not even seeing the ad. So that's the power of advertising. That's the power of those particular jingles. So that is called reinforcement advertising. That is what Pepsi nowadays. Swiggy does a lot during the IPL. Swiggy runs a lot of ads, almost every 2 or 3 overs, between 3 or 3 overs, they run a Swiggy ad, so that, you know, they keep on repeat and make sure the customer is completely remembering their particular brand. Retention, it is done, definitely, you know what is meant by retention. It is done to make sure the customer is retaining to your product. When the product is at the decline stage, retention has to be done, so that the product is revived. The consumer is not losing of the product. When the product is in a decline stage in the PLC, it means that the sales are coming down, the sales are dripping, the profits are coming down. So what's happening? The company wants to revive it. So they come up with special offers to the consumers. They come up, you know, for existing customers, they come up with various offers or discounts or referral programs, so that their brand is still existing, their product is still existing, and they're maintaining that particular level of sales, so that, you know, they're extending the maturity or the decline stage. Collective advertising. Collective is two brands get together. Sorry, not two brands or two products are being advertised together at the same time. It might be a product, it might be a brand. Sale, I just told you about eggs and milk being advertised collectively. Two products are being advertised together to get the advantage, cost and area, etc. Here you can see the Amazon Pay, ICICI Bank credit card. Here there are two interested parties are Amazon and ICICI Bank. So one using this particular card will benefit the ICICI Bank and also the Amazon Pay. So that's how two brands may come together. That's about collective advertising. Cooperative advertising is done by manufacturers and dealers, not by the company, not by the company solely, but also the manufacturers and the dealers. They share the media cost and both get benefited. Where do you see this cooperative advertising happening? You see this advertising happening when you see some pamphlets in your newspapers every day. It might be about a particular product, a MNC product, but you might be seeing some kind of a stamp on the pamphlet, or a local dealer name is given on the pamphlet, saying that, you know, this particular product, that if you are liking it, you can contact the local dealer that is there here. That is cooperative advertising. It might also come in the newspaper, the local newspapers. If me as a businessman, I want to share an ad with Times of India, so I can go and tell that, you know, my ad should be there only in Hyderabad. So a company such as Samsung or OnePlus might focus on a particular, give a full page ad, and at the bottom in newspapers you can see, right, it gives the names of the dealers who are selling the particular phone or Samsung or OnePlus phone. That is cooperative advertising. End product advertising, end product of one manufacturer which is used to produce branded goods of another manufacturer. For example, Teflon is advertised and used in end products like fry pan and cooking, where Teflon is kind of a non-sticky thing. It's a brand, but it's used again to sell fry pan and non-stick cookware. And also another example is Intel. You have Intel microprocessors, isn't it? Intel processors that are there. You cannot purchase an Intel processor on your own. Yes or no? We cannot purchase an Intel processor. Instead, if you want an Intel processor, what do we do? We have to purchase a laptop or a computer. In there would be an Intel processor. That is end product advertising. End product of one manufacturer, which is used to produce branded goods of other processors, other manufacturers. So these are the types of advertising that exist. I'll be sharing you the document immediately after the class. So thank you guys. Oh, hope I'm clear. If any doubts, you can just ask right now. Sorry, I missed one. Sir, are they not lying when they say Sachin uses Boost? Yes, they are definitely lying, but they cannot substantiate it, right? Because when Sachin himself comes and says that no, I am using Boost, who are we to say that you are lying? Isn't it? Virat Kohli says Boost is, I really use Boost. I consume Boost. We cannot say that, Virat Kohli, you are lying, because he might really take Boost in his home every day, isn't it? So these some of the claims that are there, we just it depends upon the consumer is doing it. For example, Hrithik Roshan is there. He endorses the brand called HRX, that is the apparel wear. By wearing this particular apparel. So do we think that Hrithik is going to use that apparel every day? No, right? So in the same way, it's for the others too. Anyone? Any doubts? Guys, any doubts? I can see 50 people in here, but I've taken attendance for 48. Whom did I miss? Someone joined late to the class, right? Who is that? $55 BA. Guys, remember, from tomorrow, I'm not going to allow if you're coming late to the class. 5 minutes is the grace time. Thank you so much, everyone. You may leave the class now. 3 is given. 3 advertising, your attendance is given.